Hey, this is Life with Shauna Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is about Hinge date from hell. Let's watch the video.
I was told to make this video, so I'm going to share with you my Hinge date from hell. And to be honest, at this point, I feel like I need to start making this a series because I really just be going through it. So first off the bat, I naturally think I'm in an episode of Love is Blind because the person that I matched with doesn't have that many pictures, but like the little bit that he did have, like you could just tell that those were old pictures. And so I asked for his Instagram and I saw that he had no post, but he had some tagged photos. And so I checked the tagged photos and I had to go, FBI shit and look up like his pictures, like his most recent one. And there was only one that like you could kind of see his side profile, but like not really. And so I was really just going on a limb here. I'm gonna sit up for this. So then we're talking and we're texting and the banter is good. He's like funny, sarcastic, like it's like right up my alley, right? And I'm like, you know what? Even though I don't fully know what he looks like, I like his personality. So I agreed to go on a date. And he suggested we do dinner and karaoke. Now, I'm not saying I did the smartest thing, but I definitely gave him my address so that he could pick me up and so that we could go together. In my mind, I thought that was a good idea. Don't be like me. Don't be a dumb bitch. So then he picks me up. Like the day, like we talked for about like a week and a half and then we met up. And he picks me up and the karaoke place that he picks is literally an hour away. But before we even get into that, my first impression of him, I was so nervous. I always am nervous when I'm going on a date with someone. So I literally only looked at him for like 5 seconds. And in those 5 seconds, I was like, oh, like he's cute. Like he's pretty cute actually. And so I was like feeling good about it. We get in the car and I like really start to analyze his features. And I'm like, Immediately I think, you know what, I'm not like fully into how he looks, but it doesn't matter because I wanted to still like go on the date because I was interested in the like in his personality. So keep that in mind. So we have an hour in this Uber ride, and not Uber ride, in the car ride, and I'm telling myself like, let's get to know each other kind of thing. And so we're asking each other questions and he's asking a lot about my past and my past relationships or past really anything that I had going on with a guy. And so I am being fully transparent and telling him all my business basically, but like not OD, I'm keeping it general. Let's keep in mind that he's also sharing stuff about himself too, so it's not like I'm the only one. So whatever, we get to the place and like I said, I already decided that like looks wise he's not like fully my type, but we get to the restaurant and we order and y'all, so the way that the layout was set up, right, there's like TVs everywhere. So he's asking me a question about like my high school experience and whatever. So I'm telling him and I see that he keeps looking back like constantly because he's looking at the TV, he's looking at the football game. And I'm one of those people like, you need to give your attention to me or I'm gonna feel the type of way. So I immediately was already feeling annoyed about it. So he's not paying attention to me, but he's not fully ignoring me either. Like he can still like jump into the conversation with me. And so I was just like, okay, whatever. And I am by no means funny. I am not like the funniest person ever, but whatever I said had him laughing so loud and so obnoxiously that the servers and the people around literally were stopping to stare at us and to ask if we're okay. Bitch, do you know how loud you need to be in order for the bar tenders and the people at the bar to stop what they're doing to look at you? And I'm sitting here like this, like I'm like, and he is full on cackling. So after that, I immediately was like, nah, like he's really fucking weird. And keep in mind, I am also on my sobriety journey. I am fully sober and definitely feel like it's hard being sober in your 20s, but it's especially hard being sober in your 20s and dating. And so I had already told him that I was sober and that I wasn't planning on drinking. Even though we were still doing karaoke, I wasn't planning on drinking. And he was like, well, if you're sober, then I'm sober. And I was like, you know what, that's actually pretty sweet because you don't have to do that, but you're showing like you're very considerate. We get to the restaurant. Why this man orders 2 beers. And I was just like, fine, whatever. But like in the back of my mind, I'm like, you just said he was gonna be sober, so now you lying. But again, it's whatever. So we're still talking. He's still being fucking loud and laughing like a fucking maniac. And then he gets quiet and he's like in space and into his own thought. And I'm like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, you should drink. I'm like, what? I was like, why? Like, no, I'm okay. I was like, why? And he goes, I just think that you should drink. And I was just like, no, no thanks. I'm all right. Mind you, the minute he said that, I already like, ugh, ick, gross. Like, why would you even say that to me? Like, bitch, what if I had a fucking alcohol problem and you hear, you should drink? Like, no one asked you, okay? Genuinely, in that moment, I knew that he was not getting a second date. Now I'm just trying to push to the karaoke part because now I made it through dinner and now we were like, okay, let's do karaoke. And I was like praying that this date would go by faster because it felt like I was in my own personal little hell. So we get to karaoke and this man, we're singing. At first I'm like, you know what, it's not so bad. Like he's singing, I'm singing, and we're having a good time. It's whatever. And but he orders 2 sojus for himself. And I was like, all right. Meanwhile, I'm fucking parched. I'm dehydrated. I want water. And like before y'all say, oh, like you could have asked him or you could have told him, I feel like on a date, like you should also be considerate of your partner and ask, hey, it's like, do you want something to drink? Water, fucking soda, Sprite, ginger ale, really anything. But he didn't do that. And so I was not going to be the one to like say, oh, I want a water or I want ginger ale. Like I was thugging it out, bro. I was raw dogging it. My fucking throat was like it was hurting. I was choking. So afterwards, we're singing and out of nowhere he's like, you should freestyle. And I'm like, I don't want to freestyle. Like I don't know how to freestyle. I don't know how to rap, bitch. I'm not Nicki Minaj. And he goes, like, you should do it though. Like you should try it. And I'm like, how about you do it and then I will like follow your lead. Like if I see you do it, maybe I can do it. He starts freestyling and he starts rapping, and this man starts rapping about my dating history, about my past. Like straight up starts saying, Nikki's been heartbroken 3 times and she not over it. Yeah, she's not over it, but she's still bad though. Like she a baddie though. And I'm like, sir, in what moment do you think that I told you about my past and my history, bitch, my fucking traumas, so that you could rap about it? Like what? Like y'all, I had never ever in my life had someone rap about the shit that I've been through. And so he finishes his rap, a 3-minute rap, bro. And he's like, all right, your turn. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to rap. I was like, I don't want to rap about your life and I don't want to rap about anything that you told me. Literally just go silent. He puts on a song and I'm like, you're not gonna sing? And he's like, no. And you could just tell he got so sassy. What the fuck is up with this song? So I'm like, all right, so if you're not gonna sing, like we're just gonna sit here in silence. And he's like, yup. And so we're literally sitting in silence in this karaoke booth and we're just hearing the beat to this song that I don't even know. And in that moment, bitch, in that moment, I genuinely was like, I miss my ex. I do. I really, in my mind, I was like, because as a shit of a man as he was, there's no way he would have had me sitting in this damn fucking karaoke booth in silence. I was appalled. And so I'm like, all right. And I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to do, bro. Like I'm literally just sitting in silence because I cannot speak. Man goes, what time you trying to get home? I'm like, not too late. And so he was like, let's do one more song and then we can head out. And I'm like, sure. I'm like, give me an artist and I'll choose the song. So he gives me Nicki Minaj. I'm trying to type it in and he's sitting with his arms back, you know, like this. And he's just like, Nicki, come into my arms. I was like, what? Like I pretended I didn't hear. I was like, what? And he's like, come into my arms. Y'all, this shit is gonna need a part 2, but he goes, come into my arms, and I'm like, I'm not affectionate. Like I had to lie. I didn't want to be in his arms. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do, bro. All right, that I was like, we're gonna need part 2.
Hey, I feel like she could, at any moment, she could have just left the date and just went home. I don't understand why she stayed. I don't understand. But what, you know what y'all could do? Y'all comment below. And this is Life with Shauna Renee, and I'm out. Bye.